Blog Talk Radio.
Archangels, ghosts, and Bigfoot. Oh my! It's just another night for Supernatural Girls. Real stories, real answers to life's biggest supernatural mysteries. And now for another exciting interview with paranormal experts from this world and others. Psychic medium Helene Olsen and paranormal researcher Patricia Baker. Here are Supernatural Girls.
And welcome to another exciting episode of Supernatural Girls. You can find us at supernaturalgirls.com. Go right on over there and sign up for our weekly newsletter, which Patricia puts together in such a beautiful way. And really, we feature angels and all kinds of paranormal information and upcoming guests on that newsletter. We'd love it if you'd sign up because we will be having more free giveaways, and you must be signed up for our free letter in order to be entered into those giveaways. Tonight, you can call in your free call for a live reading from our fabulous guest at 646-478-0828. And if you call in now, you'll be in the queue to have your question answered directly by our guest, Patricia Kirkman. And welcome, Patricia, my fabulous partner in crime. How are you tonight?
I'm fine, Helene. Welcome to you, too. Another wonderful experience on the show. I know people are so excited to hear what our guest is going to say about Prince William and also his beautiful bride, Kate. There's a lot to talk about tonight, and I know people are going to be calling in. They're already lining up for their free readings with Patricia Kirkman. So this is going to be a great show.
It is because, I have not spoken to her yet, but just looking at her picture, I can see that she's amazingly intuitive, besides being the best of the best for astrology and numerology. So it should be a really interesting and fascinating show tonight.
Exactly.
I really have been astounded. I have to interject this because this is just my thing lately. I think I've gotten old, and so the weather fascinates me, Patricia. I used to chide my father all the time. What are you looking at the weather for? Who cares,
Yeah, right.
And now it seems like I have more interest in later years in doing that. And around here, there has been no sunshine, almost none.
None? Oh, no.
No, not really. Very little. It's been mostly overcast all week. So.
Wow. Well, it's been overcast a bit today, but I hear the sun is going to make an appearance tomorrow, so I think we can look forward to that. It'll be great.
I have to get out in that energy,
I know it. You got to feel the sun. It's just something so invigorating about it. As long as it's not as hot as it's been out west, that we can do without. So, yes, absolutely. I know.
Light prayers to all those areas that are just being, I don't know, I don't even understand the phenomenon of those temperatures and how high they've gotten out there.
It is kind of crazy, and the terrible forest fires they're having, so certainly our prayers go out to everybody there, as well as the wildlife. It's a terrible situation to see so much acreage consumed by fire. And they say these fires are burning hotter than ever before, so they're particularly dangerous, and I'm glad we haven't seen them here, quite honestly. So,
it's
but I do
pretty
have kind of
unseasonably warm, though. It has been unseasonably warm.
It has been much warmer and much more humid than what we're used to.
Yeah. Well, let's say a prayer for some better weather and some nice cool breezes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've got some kind of fun paranormal news tonight. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't fun for this gentleman, but when I read it, I just kind of laughed. You and I have discussed the fact that a lot of abductions by extraterrestrials and other types of beings like that took place, the 60s, 70s, the 80s. We heard a lot about those. And then there was nothing that appeared to be happening. Maybe there were some abductions, but they weren't widely reported. But now we had just seen in the last, 7-8 months, all of a sudden, there's abductions being reported again. So today in the news, there was an abduction.
These are not
story.
kindly interactions, are they, Patricia?
Well, I've heard of some that are pretty spectacular, and then some that are not so friendly. And I'm sure, like the Travis Walton story, he was very disturbed by what happened to him. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you hear a mixture, and quite a lot of them were about people being experimented on. So today I'm reading a story about an NBA player, Baron Davis, who says he was abducted by aliens 2 weeks ago. So he is a former New York Knicks guard, and he's toured all over the United States because of his career as an NBA player. And he's made a lot of money. He's got franchises and all kinds of things going on in the entertainment industry. So it's interesting to me because it doesn't seem like he's got much to gain by coming out into the public eye and talking about this.
And
but
he was pretty specific, right?
He was very specific. He said that he was driving from Las Vegas to Los Angeles in the early morning. And then he saw a light, and he thought it was like a big truck. I can't say what he said word for word because we don't use profanity here, but it was very colorful the way he described this. And he thought this is going to be a lot of traffic. But he's driving, and then the next thing he says there's this steel thing and these crazy-looking people, half human, half ugly-looking, and they were poking him on the nose, looking at his eyes. They had his hands tied, he said. And the next thing he knew, he was back in his car burning rubber to get back to L.A. at 4 o'clock in the morning. So it seems like he had
did it say?
It doesn't say how much time he lost, but I think he must have lost quite a bit. And certainly this is another experience where somebody's coming forward. And again, as we've talked about this so many times, people who come forward really don't have anything to gain but being the focus of a lot of ridicule. So I tend to believe his story. It's fascinating, and of course, this is what we've been seeing is people are talking about being abducted again after such a long period of time where this wasn't discussed at all or people weren't being abducted. I don't know which, but suddenly he has come out and said this happened, and it happened about 2 weeks ago.
Wow. Well, one thing I've noticed is that there are some musicians especially who are actually connected to certain channels, whether they know it or not. I've heard information about them, okay? This particular man, I'm not picking up that he's ever had anything to do with anything metaphysical that he's aware of.
That appears to be the truth. According to this article, it doesn't sound like he's big into any of this. So
yeah. Fascinating.
Yes, so that's the paranormal news. So I don't know why they were so interested in him, but he certainly did want to share his experience. It was not the most pleasant. So
wow. Do you think that this is on the upswing again, or?
I do. I think we're going to see more of this. We're going to hear from more people, and I can't tell you why. I really don't know. Maybe if you can pick up on something, let everybody know, because I don't know why all of a sudden this is coming back into our consciousness this way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to go back to the same old paradigm. I mean, all of these gateways of light have opened. It's easier to sort of astrally travel to other dimensions and all of that sort of thing, especially later in 2012. So maybe this is why this is all coming up again.
Yeah, that's quite possible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it sounds like he didn't really have a fun time having his hands tied and being poked and everything else, but he did survive it and apparently made it just fine to Los Angeles.
Wow.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, and there's just so much excitement in the world today. I mean, Kate is about to have her baby any minute. Any minute. And I know Patricia Kirkman has some thoughts on that. Well, they were hoping it was going to be today, I guess, but so far I haven't heard any news about that. But again, we're all waiting to hear, and certainly they're a beautiful couple, William and Kate, and I want to hear what's in their future. So how about if we bring Patricia Kirkman on?
Sounds good. Patricia Kirkman, welcome to the show, and you're live on the air.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm excited. I think it's a great show, and I'm looking forward to spending time with you ladies.
Oh,
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's really wonderful of you to volunteer your time for this and to connect with our audience in this way. And, you know, everyone is so watchful of celebrities and their lives. So I guess you've done some charts for William and Kate, huh?
Well, I've taken a look at them. I've been watching it for a while. When William and Kate decided to get married finally, it ended up I did some cross-roughing between she and Diana. And I think the interesting part is both women are very sensitive women. And Diana had that special quality, almost imp-like at times, the way she would put her head down and drop her eyes, which gave her almost a saintly look at times.
Yes, exactly.
And Kate has the opportunity to put her head up. It's almost like they're opposite, alike but opposite. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, it seems like Diana It just seems like Diana got caught up in a lot of things that were quite unpleasant, including the infidelity of her husband, Prince Charles, and I'm sure that was tremendously painful, as it would be to anybody in a marriage.
Oh, extremely so.
Yes.
But the ironic part is that Diana and Camelia have the same destiny number. So they were both trying to achieve the same thing, only one was shy and reserved about it, and the other was rather, I'll use the word pushy in her own way.
Mhm.
And that's where much of the difference came in. Charles he'll always be somewhat of a philanderer in the minds of everyone because of what he did with Diana. And he was not one that could be really truthful or true. He knew where he wanted to be, but he played the game, and he should have stood up for who he really was at the time. But instead, he brings Diana into it, and basically her life was put into shambles because of trying to be what she thought she was supposed to be. What good has come out of it is the two boys. William will be very, very good, and his brother equally so. Even though he's a bit of a rebel right now, both of these boys are going to prove in time to be very special to the world because their destiny is about the world at large and what they will do eventually for everybody else. And if you've noticed, they're already taking part in the world of helping others.
Yes, they do seem to be open-hearted, and even though Prince William has taken center stage and his younger brother does get into some trouble.
But even when he gets into trouble, he brings other people to him and gives them a new look or a new uplifting hope for something different. Not stodgy, not stuffy, but part of the people.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's true. And in fact, several years back, I heard a hilarious prank they pulled on the Queen. They apparently changed her telephone message that people were getting, and it was the funniest thing I ever heard. I just broke out laughing. I was like, well, this is the kind of thing the monarchy needs. This kind of light-handed, humorous approach. It was just very creative and very, very funny.
Well, it's interesting because the Queen herself has a 7-life path. She's here to be somewhat of a teacher in her own right, but she's very reserved and held back in her own way because of that life path. And, of course, Prince Philip, his life path is a 2, so he's there to be the peacemaker and the arbitrator, not to jump in. And he's made a perfect partner for her because he has lived that path.
Wow. So they're meant to be.
Sorry. I kind of see Kate as I kind of see Kate as a reflection of Diana, except that Kate has a rod of steel up her back. She's not shy or retiring. She might be proper, she might have the right etiquette, but she doesn't take a lot of baloney from anybody the way I pick her up.
She's much more ambitious and concerned with career and accomplishments, where Diana wanted to be part of the people, but she did it in a kind of behind the scenes. She didn't want to be brought into the mainstream, and that in itself, in the beginning, it made her the people love her because she was shy. But then when she stayed in that role, it created other issues. Diana was more interested in the fluff and stuff, where Kate is interested in tradition, the sturdy, the past. That's why they live where they are right now. All the places and things that are a part of her life are part of the old aristocratic elements, where Diana wanted the new, the fast, shall we say, up-to-date dresses, the fast pace, the change, as she made the change from Charles, where Diana has been going through this. Kate herself is low-key, very proper, and very much in know of what she wants. She's very sensitive, and she has very touching feelings. Diana buried her feelings.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, the two are quite different in other respects, where Kate's very sentimental and emotional. She's attached definitely to the past. Diana always craved the new and the exciting, and was rebellious, at least in a different, unconventional way, which was surprising from the young girl that taught school that we all got to know first.
I love Diana, and I love Kate. I mean, there's something so special about both of these women, and it was such a tragedy when Diana died in that horrible car accident in France. That was terrible. Now, were you able to see anything about that in her chart?
There are a couple of areas in her chart that showed that there were going to be, she would push the envelope. And it wasn't so much her pushing the envelope, but being involved with things being pushed forward. She was running away. She was still running away, even at the end. But the funny part is, if you take a look at the two girls, Kate, and if you look at history, is very much as Queen Victoria, has that same will of iron, yet the life changes that she will make. We're going to see a lot of correlation between Kate and Victoria.
Wow, my goodness. Makes you wonder if she was Victoria in another life.
Well, that's a thought.
Yeah. Huh.
She came back to reclaim the throne. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yes, exactly.
Do you have any idea? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Helene.
I was going to ask Patricia Kirkman, do you have any idea of when William might be taking the throne?
You know, I was looking at that today, issues of that today. Elizabeth cannot bypass Charles. Charles has always wanted to be king, but I just keep feeling something's going to happen, that if he does take over the monarchy, it won't be for very long.
No, that was my feeling about
it.
Yeah. My feeling was he'd take it for like a year or a year and a half.
Yeah, not very long. I don't know whether it's because of health reasons or because he will do what his uncle did. He'll advocate. Because I think there's going to be something here. He's really interested in architecture, making changes in that way, but he's never really been into, shall we say, playing the role of the next king.
Well, and he's not that popular, is he? I mean,
no, not at all. And I think Elizabeth will stick around for as long as she can. She's not in any hurry to leave.
Yeah, and she looks like she's got some good genes there that are going to keep her a long-lived lady. So, yes, this may be, she may just be in this role for quite some time.
Yes, her health has been an issue on and off, but basically she's been in extremely good health.
Wow. So we may not see Prince William become king for years, huh? Interesting.
Well, I won't say years, but I think that, I don't know why I'm getting 10 years, something like that.
Mhm. And what about Prince William? What do you see in his future?
Oh, he is really going to be something very, very special. He has a life path of 9, which means he is very much involved with the world at large. He wants to be as a teacher. He's a humanitarian. You're going to find that he's going to make some changes. he's known that he would be king when his mother passed away. He always knew that regardless of what scandal went on there, that was yesterday's. And before things are over with, Diana will be brought back to this, shall we say, the placement of which she deserved prior to all this fiasco that went on with her death.
Well, that would be nice. I think she deserves that. Yes.
Yeah. So what's the baby, boy or girl, Patricia?
I think he's a boy.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a boy. And for some reason,
goodness.
I don't know I haven't looked to see what they're choosing as names by other people. I've tried to stay away from that because I didn't want to be tainted. But I think it's a boy, and somewhere in the name I keep picking up George.
Oh.
So it may be a first name, it may be part of the name. And, of course, not knowing, sometimes they use as many as 4 and 5 names. But I just keep picking up it's a boy. Diana and Kate had the same type of an issue in their chart, referencing dealing with the father figures and dealing with males. And, of course, Diana had the 2 boys, and I feel that Kate is also going to have sons, or at least the first one will be a son.
And what do you think? Do you see? Of course, it's hard to know because you don't have a chart to refer to because the baby hasn't been born yet. But do you pick up anything else about this child that's coming any second?
Well, because of the fact that this child is he's going to be given so much, because Kate, with her sensitivity and her abilities, and William both, this child's going to be really structured. He's going to be not spoiled. He's going to have some hard tasks to endure, but that is what's made both William and the person that he is today and will be. There's going to be a lot of sentiment coming up and dealing with this. I'm more curious to see who they're going to finally decide is going to be the godparents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. That's a great question. I wonder who they'll choose.
Yes, I feel it. I don't think it's going to be Pippa as one, but I do feel that William's brother will step in.
So Prince Harry will, you think, step up to that?
Unless the Queen has other ideas.
It's such a different world, you know.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, it's fun to take a look at it, but I can't imagine having a life like that where everything is basically planned out with all these events you have to attend, and the things that are expected are quite high and quite demanding, and it's all the time.
And quite boring at times, I'm sure.
I would imagine so, yes. I would imagine so, but it's such it's got such an incredibly long history, and
oh gosh, yes.
Yet at the same time, I see Prince William and Kate as bringing the monarchy kind of into the 21st century, which I hope they can manage and make it more friendly. And I guess, you know, so if they do take those roles, I think people will accept them a little bit differently than the current thing with Queen Elizabeth, Prince Philip.
They're going to be more of the people, and they're more on hand. Just how they have moved to the village and they were involved with the people before they got married. They're very down to earth, and they have reached out in a way that's going to keep England wanting to keep their king and queen.
That's nice.
Not because they have to.
Now, they almost didn't get married. There was a time where they separated, and it was a little dicey there. It seemed like Prince William couldn't quite make up his mind.
I think his mind was made up. I think he was trying to realize what it took from his mother. He did not want to see that happen to Kate.
Okay.
And when the decision was made and she stepped into the role, and she's done beautifully with it.
She has done remarkably well with that very tough role and being compared to Diana, which I'm sure she is all the time. But yeah, I just there's a certain quality about her, several qualities about her that I think are just very endearing. But I agree with Helene too. She does have steel in her spine. I think that
not a doubt. But she presents it in a very dignified way. And when necessary, she has that stiff back. Other times she comes across as a very gentle soul.
Well,
what was that Kenny Rogers song, No One to Hold Him and No One to Fold Him?
Yeah. Well, I think she's perfect. She's absolutely perfect for this role.
It will be very good.
Yes, it's so demanding, but I think she's up to it. And if she had a past life as Queen Victoria, she's kind of done it before. So,
well, that would not surprise me at all. But it's going to be surprising because every 27 years there are going to be major changes in Kate's life.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting to follow through with that. With Diana, it was every 19 years, and it was at 19 that she and Charles became engaged, and it was when she became the latter part, when it started to change over, her emotions and her sensitivity, it was like she froze in time. You could tell that by the look on her face and her expressions. Went from the shy child to the I see nothing.
Oh. Yeah, she had a much more challenging situation, I think.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Than Kate will have. Thank God. I mean, I would hate to see Kate go through what Diana went through. So.
Well, she won't because she has someone that loves her.
That's
different.
Isn't that great? That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And you can tell he really does. I mean, I was one of those people that woke up early in the morning to watch them walk down the aisle together, and it was a beautiful ceremony, and you could see that they really do have love for each other. What a wonderful thing it was to see that.
And they broke tradition. He kissed her, number one. They took the car and rode around to show that they were together as oneness. They became more, although festive as it was and as grand as it was, they took that little bit here and there that made them like everybody else.
That's true. They did that. Yeah, it was great. It was great to watch it. I mean, I didn't really take part in the earlier pomp and circumstance and everything else that went on with monarchy in the past, but this really caught my attention, and I'm so glad to hear that they're going to go on as a couple and be of the people, hopefully for the people.
Most definitely. There will be no divorce there.
That's exciting to hear. I'm thrilled.
They have a care for each other, but they also have a care for those that they need to care about. It's going to be very interesting to watch them.
Some of the work that Diana started, I know she did a lot with helping people with the landmine situation and bringing that to people's awareness and things like that.
And carrying on. Harry has carried on a lot of that, as has William in different ways. But we're going to see them branch out in an even more dynamic way as soon as they have a little bit more power to them, shall we say. Mm-hmm. Right now, they're the pretty people that are able to do the things to make everybody else happy, but within the family realm. As they are able to open doors and reach out into the world more, we're going to see more and more take place. They have no fear of stepping into any area. And I think that's why I said both of the boys have that 9 destiny. So they are here for the masses.
Oh, they both have a 9.
They both do.
Oh, my.
Which I found very interesting.
Is that unusual that brothers would have the same destiny number?
Well, not necessarily unusual, but Charles has a 5. All he wanted to do was play. And Diana had an 8, and she wanted the nicer things, but she was willing to share them. Contrary to what Fergie did, Diana was just the opposite.
And what was Fergie's destiny number?
4.
And what is the
hold? 4 is about doing the work. Everything has to be hard work. It's base, whatever. If you deviate from the duties and the norm, shall we say, you get in trouble. Well, Fergie wanted to be the emotional playgirl, and she kept getting caught into one extravaganza after another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did. She really did.
Had some real antics going on there sometimes.
Oh, yeah, she had some toe problems there for quite a while.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Patricia, people can find you at Patricia Kirkman. That's KIRKMAN.com if they'd like to connect with you and would like to encourage the audience to please call in at 646-478-0828. Please be sure and press 1 so that our fabulous call screener, Becky, knows that you're waiting, and she will help you and put you in the queue. And right now we're going to take this opportunity for a commercial break. Okay, ladies?
Yes. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
Your property tax bill. Have you seen it lately? It's frightening. Your property taxes are going up while your home value is going down. It's time to fight back and win. For the real truth about the property tax system, get attorney Pat Quintilian's book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Attorney Quintilian answers all your questions and gives you the facts you need to fight a property tax bill that is spiraling out of control. You'll also read about what happens to property owners who don't check their property records, only to find out too late they're taxed on square footage, fixtures, and even buildings that they don't own. Is this happening to you? Learn your rights. Buy attorney Pat Quintilian's book today. Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Available on Amazon.com.
Sometimes life can be a challenge. Would you like insight and guidance to help you make the best choices right now? Contact Helene at angelslighthouse.com to make your personal appointment for a psychic reading or energy alignment. Helene is a direct channel to the angelic realm and is remarkably capable of connecting to the living as well as to your loved ones on the other side. Helene is available to clients all over the world via phone or Skype, and it's simple to set up a group reading anywhere. Visit angelslighthouse.com, where you'll find an easy way to schedule right online. And while you're there, sign up for the Angels Lighthouse newsletter and receive information on all the free energy circles, giveaways, and jewelry with a message. Visit angelslighthouse.com and contact Helene today.
Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned. You can call in for your free live reading at 646-478-0828. And we're back with our wonderful guest, Patricia Kirkman, numerologist and astrologer to the stars, known as Best of the Best. And you are, Patricia, and we thank you for joining us.
I'm just tickled to death to be with you ladies this evening.
Oh, thank
Especially
you.
knowing that we've been going through our retrograde, and so many of us have had things falling apart on us. It's good to let people know that the last of the retrograde is finished by July 30th.
Oh, the 30th.
Oh, I thought it was
hoping
a week earlier than that.
Yes.
Well, the reason I say that is because we have a shadow period that follows. The retrograde phase itself was started on June 26th and lasts until the 20th. But then we've got that shadow period that takes about 10 days to 2 weeks to finish it up. Sometimes the shadow period can boot us in the backside even a little bit more than the regular period of time. But everybody's having such a major issue with this retrograde this time. It's really pulling everybody apart.
It's awful. I want it to stop right now.
I
I feel like, at some point someone's always screaming, it's Mercury retrograde, and honestly, I don't pay very much attention to it. I just do my life. But this time, I have to say, it was enormously powerful. And
well, one of the things that I find with this is that at this time, because it's in the sign of Cancer, and we are in a 6 universal year, and a lot of it has to do with fluid, water, and we've seen a lot of that going on as well.
Yeah.
Yes, we have. But does it heighten people's emotions? Because it seems like everything is a big deal. It seems like everything is bringing a level of anxiety with it. It's been a horrible time.
Well, what makes it difficult is it's a time that you don't make important decisions. Life-critical decisions are put on hold. Anything that you would sign, like contracts or whatever, this should be avoided at this point in time. Even travel creates major issues, and we've been watching that these last weeks. And they tell you to avoid starting new projects because anything that's started in a retrograde usually has to be redone afterwards.
Well, this one has just had a terrible feel to it. I mean, much worse than any of the others, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. I thoroughly agree. And many of my clients will tell you the same thing.
Oh, goodness. Well, now you are an astrologer and also a numerologist. And is there a particular type of numerology and astrology that you do?
Well, I do some astronumerology, which is a combination of the two. But predominantly, I love numerology. It is so much easier to get a hold of and take a look at and put together because we all have numbers. Everything in our life is numbers. The moment we take our first breath, they go, okay, this is your date you were born. This is the minute you were born. Everything we do in this lifetime is with numbers, our Social Security, our bank accounts. Everything has a number for us. And we'll find that certain numbers work better. If we first take a look at our month, day, and year of birth, that gives us our purpose for being here. That gives us our life path number. And by taking a look at just the month and day of birth and add that to the universal, which in this particular case, 2013, is a 6th universal year because we reduce everything to a single digit. So if your birth month and day total of 5, and we would add that to the 6th universal year, that person would be in a 2 personal year. So it makes it real quick to pick up what they need to take a look at for their life or what's going on in their lives.
And you're known also for just telling the truth. You are not one to tell people what they want to hear. You say,
no.
This is what's happening. Here it is, right? That's who you are.
That is exactly it. I try to be tactful, but I call it like it is. I can't help you if I just tell them something pretty, then I have negated their purpose for seeing me. And we all need to have the truth so we can build on it and go forward.
Well, that's right. I agree completely. And I know that's one of the reasons Helene and I are so thrilled to have you on the show, to talk to people so that you can offer your wisdom about this. And now, when people have a birth name, what if they change their name? Does that change their vibration? Or is the birth name, that's it, doesn't matter if you change it or whatever? This is your number.
I think of the fact that your birth name is your fingerprint all of your life. You can change your name, and it's like putting a glove on. The basic is still there, but it changes. Well, a woman, the only thing in a woman's chart that you can always count on, her chart will change constantly because her name changes. As she marries, she changes her name.
Right.
So I use the birth name as the primary, and I will also look at the other name or names that are used as a secondary.
Okay, so the birth name is the all-important name then.
To me it is, And to me the most important thing is your month, day, and year of birth and your name at birth. And all the rest can be put together from that. You can have a complete tapestry of who you are from the day you're born to the day you may decide to leave this planet.
Wow.
And by our name, by certain things we'll find that are missing in a name. We'll just say specific letters that aren't there that have an impact by the fact that we'll say a person that is missing 3s in their name, which would be a C, L, or a U. If they have none of those in their name, they would have a difficulty communicating. Not that they couldn't communicate, it would be that they would be many times very abrupt and make people go, wow, they're not very nice. And it isn't that at all. It's just that they need to get it out quick because they're not quite sure how they stand with things. So it's looking at the composite of what we have, what we don't have. If we have too much of it or not enough of it, it all balances out. I have information on my website about that so people can take a look at what and how to put a little bit of a chart together, which is very helpful. And when I take call-ins from people, all I need is a first name and a month, day, and year of birth. And I can answer whatever question they have.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. And that's amazing. Well, Helene, how about if we take our first caller?
We will take our first caller, and we're welcoming Debbie in Massachusetts. So let's get Debbie on the air. Debbie, you're live on the air.
Hi, I'm Debbie.
Hi,
Debbie. Great show.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in tonight.
So my question is about finances for the year. How's that going to be?
Okay.
Or
all right. What's your birthday, Debbie?
May 10th. Now
May 10th. Okay. Part of what's been going on, sweetheart, is you've been spending more money than you've had coming in. You've been enjoying your year, but it's going to pull back.
It hasn't been a good year.
No, I'm using the fact that you've been spending more money than you should, and that has created this deficit, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
And certain times we put out much more than we retain, and you're very determined to make things work, and so consequently, this month for you is an 8 months, so more money has been spent than was supposed to go out. So it's creating more of an edge for you. More money will be coming in if you pay attention to the details of things, and that's really holding things close to the vest.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that for a period of, we'll say over the next 12 to 13 months, you're going to be in very, very good position after that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank
sweetheart.
you so much for calling, Debbie. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
I guess people are having, just the way the world is and the economic tide of chaos that's still blanketing us right now, we're all having financial concerns on one level or another. Do you have any advice about that, when it might be ending or when it might be improving somewhat?
All right. This year for all of us, universally it's been a 6-year, which has a lot to do with family-type situations. And it's created a void from the standpoint that we're trying to put more things together because we want it to be perfect. But starting October, we're going to be starting to go into our universal 7-year, which is going to be about more people pulling back and pulling away. And you're going to have more concern. I'm going to use the phrase fear and fearful of the boogeyman. It doesn't necessarily mean it's real, but if you feel it, you can create it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people need to take more time to look into things and really read what we're given to sign, which many don't, and the next thing you know, that's why so many houses are having problems, so many people are losing, and it's so sad because how they put things together in the mortgage industry sucked everybody into a way that took us down a garden path. And so many people right now are struggling to hold on to places that are, as they say, underwater. But if they just hold on a little bit longer and don't give in, some of them are going to be able to make it, depending on how far in debt they have allowed themselves to get. But the 7 years is going to be all about our spiritual side as well as our legal side. So we're going to see a lot of people doing a lot of praying, and we're going to see a lot of people trying to justify through legalities why they should have things given to them or offered to them. But it is going to be a time of learning and teaching, big time next year.
Mm.
And do you see, I know there's been a lot of talk about disasters, big major earthquakes, things like that. Do you see that coming up in the 7 time frame in the 7 number, or is that what creates a lot of praying? Like what?
Well, a little of both.
Starting
a little of both. 7 deals with, I'll just use the basic name for it: tripping, falling, dropping, things moving. If you think about that plane that we just had that just went down, that Asian plane, that was a Boeing 777.
Oh.
And the accident occurred. The flight was a 214, which also totals a 7. There were 16 crew members, which 16 becomes a 7. So
my goodness.
So we'll take a look that many times 7 symbolizes sudden flashes or sudden understandings or intuitive hits and things that come out of nowhere. So you're going to see a lot of different things taking place. With that 7, we're going to see, and some of us, like Patricia and I we're both going into that 7 year ourselves, personally as well as universally. So we're going to get a double header on things.
Wow.
So can that be a good double header?
Yes, it can, but like anything, 1 piece of candy is good, 2 isn't bad, 3 could make us sick. It's kind of a shades of that.
Mhm.
So it sounds like you're always, with the 7, it sounds like you're always looking for some level of balance. Is that correct?
Well, you're looking for peace of mind also. It's the teacher, it's the student, it's the spiritual side. It is also the number of the lawyer, the policeman. And we're going to see a lot more things taking place and riots in the streets and such as that taking place because people have fear. When fear starts to push the buttons, people do stupid things.
Yes, that's true. They do, yes. So a more civil unrest is something we can expect to see, it sounds like.
I think so. And I think that if we take the time, and I seriously mean, we have to learn how to pray again. I think people have forgotten that part. We say, oh, thank God, or we do this in a hurry, whatever, but we don't really put our heart into it the way we
Well, I think you're right, and prayers are just like any energy or any thought that we have that actually connects to the entire planet and to all of the universe, and the more people that pray and ask for peace and even tempers, it all helps. It all helps.
Yeah, we see.
We have another. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Even when people are going through this, just by caring and sharing and putting together your prayers, look at the different things that have changed, how lives have been saved, and how other things have helped through disasters.
So are you seeing that this connection to the spirit, if people make this connection to the spirit and renew that and pray more, are you seeing more miracles happening in the 7 year, more potential for that?
So. I really think so. I think we lost a lot when prayer was taken out of the school and you can't say the Pledge of Allegiance and you can't say this. The minority have taken away from the majority, and I think that's sad.
I agree. I think the choices should still be in front of us, including children, to make that type of connection. And we also have a lot going on with the government. There's a lot of scandal there. There's a lot of things that are hidden but then are revealed. And is this 7 year coming up, is that going to be more revelation about what the government's been up to?
Most definitely. When the 7 is around, secrets are made known. And we're seeing different things that have been taking place. If you go back to, actually it started in January, there was innuendo of certain things taking place that were secretive. And if we take a look at how it's been progressing throughout the year, it's just been put on the staging platform, waiting for this blast-off to take place. It's going to be quite interesting next year. There's going to be a lot of oohs and ahs. And look at the people that created scandal in the past that are now running for office this coming year.
Yeah. What is that about?
My God. The madam gets to run. The it's a fair turn in the barrel. It doesn't matter what you've done or who you are. So I guess all their secrets are going to still be made known down the road, I'm quite sure.
Wow. Well, Patricia, you up for another call?
Oh, certainly.
Okay, well, let's welcome Steve from New York. Hello,
Hi, Steve.
Steve.
How are you
Thank
doing?
you for calling.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
As I said, my name is Steve. My name is Steve from New York, and I'd like to know what's coming up in my life in general.
All right, Steve. What's your birthday, dear?
August 7th.
August 7th. Oh, you don't trust a lot of people anyway, do you? So you're going to make. I said you don't trust a lot of people anyway, do you? You like to be sure that everything's laid out right in front of you. You're very much a perfectionist. And you are in a 3-personal year yourself this year, and there's been a lot of things going on, a lot of communication going on around you. You're going to have to play it a little close to the vest for a while. Right now, this month, fresh starts and new beginnings, but you're going to see some, I'm picking up some extra cash coming from somewhere, be it September or October. September or November.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah, so look for that to give you a boost for what's taking place. The next year is going to require you to be more detail-oriented, but if you do so, you'll be quite pleased by the end of the year.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps.
Wonderful.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing how much information, Patricia, that you get just from a birthday and month. I mean, you were able to give our last caller, Steve, so much really kind of detailed information about times that he would expect money to come in, and this is great. And just from knowing August 7th, that's all it took.
Well, knowing his name also, and what I pick up when he says his name and the way he's talking.
Uh-huh. So you're using your intuition, you're using your numerology background, and
that's right.
Is it mainly your intuition that you feel that guides you through this, that gives you the information?
Probably so, but it's like I wrote the book, A Complete Idiot's Guide to Numerology Workbook.
Where is that available?
Barnes & Noble has it, Amazon has it, different places have it. And the neat thing about it is it's the same type of thing. It shows that if you just take bits and pieces, you can make a whole picture out of this puzzle. Think of sometimes take your name, put it in the base of letters, and the birth numbers. You can turn it upside down on a table and pick it up like you're going to do a puzzle. And as you pick up each piece, when they fit together, you'll see more and more of the picture. When you get the rest of it put together, you've got the entire picture. And it's always interesting to see how well it forms.
Now, you're saying that people also come in with their birth name, and they have challenges, and then they have gifts. And like you mentioned, if someone is missing 3s, I believe you said that, they would not be able to, they would not feel a flow with communication, that they would tend to come across as abrupt. So when you have a client like that and you notice that they are lacking 3s, then how do you advise them? What kinds of information do you give them about how to handle that?
Okay. When I take a look at their chart, when they're missing certain aspects within the chart, I'll tell them what they are, and I'll give them ideas of how they can work around it. Some will say, "Oh, I can't do that. That doesn't make sense." They're afraid of it. Or first they'll say, "Oh, I don't do that." After we talk for a little bit, well, maybe a little bit. Well, yeah, I guess I did. But the bottom line is, whenever we're missing one aspect, because remember we're using numbers 1 through 9, whenever we're missing a number, that has an impact on us. Now, there are times when we have too much of a number as well, which creates the reverse issue. But I find it very interesting when a person takes a look at what they're missing, and then they'll look at it for a few seconds, and then they'll fess up that, yep, that really has been a problem in their life. Oh, let's say a person that's very shy. And they'll say, no, you'll find that as an adult they may be extremely outgoing, but they learned how to compensate because they wanted to, as a child, felt like they wanted to hide under a tree so nobody could find them and tell them they couldn't do it well.
Wow. Now,
so
I'm also intrigued by what you said, that when you have too much of a number, that it can be a problem in the opposite direction. Like, can you give us an example of that? Like, what if somebody has too many 9s or too many 1s in their name? And what is too many? Anything over a certain number?
It's like depending on how long the name is, because every letter in the name revolves around a number. So we put the numbers of A, J, and S is in the first block. That's our ego and our sensitivity and how we take a look at things. If a person has 1, then that would be insufficient because that person would be extremely shy. But if that same person, will say, had 6 in that area, boy, now that would be a person to reckon with. Talk about hard-headed in not wanting to budge. But a norm area would be maybe 3 or 4, okay?
Okay.
A person go ahead.
So 3 or 4 would be a good balance. It would give you a strong sense of that number. And then anything over that, like you're saying, it could make somebody very hard-headed, very stubborn, difficult to deal with.
Extremely.
Okay. So you really do, everybody needs some type of a balance. But when they come in without a number, is that considered a karmic situation?
Exactly. It is a lesson that they're here to learn how to do differently. And that makes it very interesting in its own right, because we did an article on George Clooney not too long ago. And George Clooney has no 1s in his chart. Now, 1 should be a good chunk of our chart because it's our ego and self-esteem. He had 0. So he has had to camouflage and learn how to be George Clooney. That's why he's as reserved as he is.
Isn't that fascinating? I would think as an actor, it would be a prerequisite to have a lot of 1s.
That's why he's an actor, because he stands behind the mask.
Oh, my goodness. How
he's
fascinating.
He's a very gentle soul when it comes to, he does not have a big ego, and he's very kind and caring. He's very creative, but he didn't have an easy childhood, and he has always had to work at things, so his ethics are great. But the thing in his chart that I found very fascinating is the number 7, which deals with our spiritual side, the teaching and learning. George has 3 in his chart, which tells me not only is he extremely intelligent, he is extremely intuitive, and there's a tremendous amount of spirituality with that man.
Fascinating, but he also doesn't ever want to get married, so what's up with that?
Because he has his own, how would I put it, he likes change, he likes to teach, he likes to be on top of things. He does not want to be something for someone else. He will champion different issues in this lifetime. I would not be surprised if down the road he does not run for some political office, but he has a lot to offer, but he hides behind the gentle side because he has so much of a perfectionist, and he's got such a great mind. He may be the power behind somebody doing these things as opposed to doing them himself. But if you take a look at the movies that he's been involved in, a lot of them, too, he's been involved with the directions of or the putting together of.
That's right, he has. So it's very interesting. So he's done a lot of behind-the-scenes work. Fascinating. That's just fascinating.
And the neat part about this was in July, he was in his 9 personal month, which is ending old things, and he ended his relationship.
Oh, my, that's right, with Stacy.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, this is amazing. And you knew this was going to happen, I'm sure, when you saw the numbers coming up. So
that was on the notes that I had. That's why I had to. There's everything old is new again. Everything new will be old tomorrow, but it will again turn around to be new again.
Wow.
What a cycle.
Well,
I don't know.
It is.
Well, he has a destiny number of a 19-1, and what that means, the 19 destiny, 19-1 says, it tells him he has to earn his own way and he has to stand on his own 2 feet. To be successful, he really has to do it on his own. And that's one of the reasons I think that he wants to be with someone, but he doesn't commit to a partnership.
Wow.
That's
well, I guess all the girls that want to date George have to know this, that this is how it's going to be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. He's very sensitive, and a lot of this goes back to his childhood and his mother, I believe.
So there's some history here, some emotional issues that are never going to resolve.
Definitely.
Well, we're going to take a break right now. We're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we'll welcome more callers to this fascinating discussion with Patricia Kirkman, who you can find at Patricia Kirkman, KIRKMAN.com. And stay tuned. Call in at 646-478-0828. We'll be right back.
Sometimes life can be a challenge. Would you like insight and guidance to help you make the best choices right now? Contact Helene at angelslighthouse.com to make your personal appointment for a psychic reading or energy alignment. Helene is a direct channel to the angelic realm and is remarkably capable of connecting to the living as well as to your loved ones on the other side. Helene is available to clients all over the world via phone or Skype, and it's simple to set up a group reading anywhere. Visit angelslighthouse.com, where you'll find an easy way to schedule right online. And while you're there, sign up for the Angels Lighthouse newsletter and receive information on all the free energy circles, giveaways, and jewelry with a message. Visit angelslighthouse.com and contact Helene today.
Your property tax bill. Have you seen it lately? It's frightening. Your property taxes are going up while your home value is going down. It's time to fight back and win. For the real truth about the property tax system, get attorney Pat Quintilian's book, Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Attorney Quintilian answers all your questions and gives you the facts you need to fight a property tax bill that is spiraling out of control. You'll also read about what happens to property owners who don't check their property records, only to find out too late they're taxed on square footage, fixtures, and even buildings that they don't own. Is this happening to you? Learn your rights. Buy attorney Pat Quintilian's book today. Are You Getting Screwed on Your Property Taxes? How to Find Out and How to Fix It. Available on Amazon.com.
Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned. We're really enjoying this wonderful discussion with Patricia Kirkman, and she is giving us a lot of information about upcoming events in the world in the next year ahead, right, Patricia? So,
well,
here we are.
We're having a good time taking a look at what can be.
Yes, and right now, if you don't mind, we'll take a caller. We're going to welcome Pat in Connecticut. Let's see. Pat, you're live on the air. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Hi, Pat.
Hi. So happy to be talking to you all. I'm not sure what information you need.
Just your first name for a starter.
Okay, it's Pat.
Okay. And was it Patricia at birth, or is it Pat or Patty?
It was Patricia.
Okay. And
Patricia's on the air.
Yeah, that's right. How about that? It's a very dynamic name today. What is your month and day of birth, dear?
The 7/12.
Okay. And can you tell me what question you have? Or do you want me to just tell you what I'm getting?
You can pick. It's either about my living situation. I can't afford to move, but I'm not in a really happy place. And lately I've been thinking, am I going to be out of here sometime soon? Maybe through a relationship, or in general, if you just want to talk about my life, which is also, I'm working really, really hard to sort of transform it. I just turned 60 yesterday. So I am working really hard, and I'm kind of in a rush. I'm trying to sleep fast so I can get a lot of work done.
Okay, part of what's going on.
Go ahead.
I was going to say part of what's going on is last year you were in a 9-year, which a lot of things were ending around you that you could not control. And it was one thing after another, and it was not an easy time at all to work with. You started feeling a little bit more alive and part of what's taking place after March of this year. But this is a year of new beginnings for you and starting fresh and putting things in order. But for some reason, you're still pulling some of the past with you. If you don't cut those ties, you're not going to get the move that you're thinking of or that you want. This is, now that your birthday has come, try to make sure that you're making your major changes prior to the 1st of September. I know that doesn't give you a lot of time, but if it's to be, it shall work out quite well.
Okay.
Okay.
And are you talking major changes, literally move, or just making positive changes in my life?
I think you're ready for a move. I think you've needed to make that major change a long time ago. But you've been trying to balance where you were and where you think you want to go. But in a 1 year, you let everybody know how good you are at what you do and go for it and go try to make it happen. If you wait, now that your birthday's come, you're in better positioning than you were before. You've been having difficulty sleeping and you were doing a lot of dreaming and insecurity was taking over. Now if you just push forward, you can have a set pattern for you by the first part of September.
Okay. The kind of therapy work I'm doing is actually looking in the past and letting all sort of the facts come up in hopes that they'll come up and push through. Is that what I'm doing correctly, or do you see that as holding on to the past?
I see that as holding on to the past. You're in a year that's starting of a brand new 9-year cycle. It's kind of like, would you want to take a sack lunch to a banquet?
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, good.
Staying in the past, it solves nothing after you've taken a look at it. Now that you know where you've been, now where are you going? What are you going to do with what you've got offered to you?
Okay.
And this is all about new.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Are you in a relationship right now, young lady?
I'm sorry?
Are you in a relationship right now?
No, just with my dog. I've been alone for like 30 years, so I'm ready. And honestly, I want someone that has an RV, and I want to just travel the country and sell bad art and have a little plot of land to come back to. I've become sort of a gypsy. I think mainly from all that I've been through, it's allowing me to sort of be willing to...
I'm going to tell you, if you move forward and try to reach into the present and into the future, somewhere within the next, I'm not going to say within the next 45 days, but somewhere within the next 2 to 11 months, you're going to meet someone who could pretty well fill the bill of what you're looking for. But you can't do it sitting home, and you have to make and reach out for someone that's into the areas of which you want to go.
Okay.
So do some research, set yourself out there, because you've got a lot of good things coming. This year you have to tell them how good you are, and that's what you're reaching for. Don't just sit home and wait and then say, well, maybe next year.
Okay, that's fantastic advice. I needed to hear that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're more than welcome, honey.
Okay, good luck, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Well, that was a very interesting comment that you made to Patricia, because so many of us keep reflecting on the past and then not taking, it's not just about manifesting in our thoughts, it's also about taking action to achieve those goals, right?
That's for sure. We keep forgetting, if you're hungry, we can make things happen to feed us. We can take a little here, there, and make it happen. If we're hungry and just sit there and say, gee, I'm hungry, and do nothing, you're going to stay hungry.
Well, all the thoughts in the world aren't going to make someone break your door down and take you out of your house, right? So.
Nope, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
Nice try, but it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. So I gave you my birthday a few minutes ago, and I don't know if you can make any comments from me. I'm not going to say my birthday on the air, Patricia, because...
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. You have a 24/6 destiny, and that tells me family is extremely important to you, and people you consider your family and friends. That's right on the top of your list. That's very, very important.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to ask a question. There's a lot of sensitivity around you, and I'm pulling this back to the mother figure. I won't go into more than say that to you. How's that?
Why? You could say more.
Okay. There's been issues with the mother figure most of your life, and that sensitivity where the female side is, you want to perfect it, but you need to allow you to get something out of it as well. You're a very sensitive, gentle soul.
Yes, I understand that.
And right now you're in an 8 personal year, and it's been about taking charge. 8 wants to be chairman of the board, put it their way, put it together. And around July, where we are right now, the making money side starts to teeter. And from this point further, and for the next, between now and now in October, there's going to be issues about letting go of what doesn't fit. From October of this year until December 31st of 2014, it will be about what no longer fits in our life. People, places, and things, let them go. Build what's new, and it will go beautifully. The thing that's important is that because you're in the field that you are, your business will blossom and flourish because it's about the actor, the actress, the person that's there to teach and to study with. All of these things are going to become even much more powerful than you've even thought of at this time. You're scratching the surface with something brand new that I think you've been planning to do or wanting to do. Now's the time to start opening the doors and allow it to take place. Am I correct?
Did you hear that, Patricia Baker?
Yes, you're right on the money, Patricia Kirkman. Boy, did you get that spot on. That's amazing.
That was amazing. I'm impressed.
That's
truly
very
impressed.
amazing.
Yeah. Now, we have a question. Thank you so much for that reading, Patricia. I really appreciate it. And all good. Thank you. Thank you. We have a question about the method that you use in numerology, and she would like to know, actually, this is Becky, our call screener, who's doing a fabulous job as usual. She wants to know if you're using the Pythagorean system or the Chaldean
Pythagoras.
system.
Yeah, Pythagoras.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I figured
now,
he's go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go.
Okay. What I wanted to ask you about the difference between those two systems is, to me, if you're as intuitive as you are, Patricia, and it doesn't really matter what system you're using, it's more like what's speaking to you. Do you agree with that, or do you think one is better than the other?
I thoroughly agree. But both systems are good, and it really depends on what a person feels inclined towards. It's like, if you love ice cream, that's great. Do you like vanilla or chocolate? It's the same thing.
Right.
It's just
because
how
it's
you
just
feel about it.
reflecting information to you, right?
Right. Letters vary a little bit. How they approach it varies a little bit. But I've been doing this for almost 39 years now, and I started the hard way, going, that's a kid game. Boy, did I find out otherwise.
So both of these are ancient systems from when? Back from
actually
Grecian times, or when?
It's older than astrology.
Really? Oh, my.
Without numbers, we would never have had astrology, would we?
That's
and
right.
The wise men that were looking for Jesus, they were the magi. They were the astrologers and the numerologists of the time. And if you think back, the pharaohs in Egypt, they used the astrologers and numerologists to tell them what was going to take place, and they followed it diligently. It was forbidden for anybody other than the royals to have access to it, and if anyone knew how to do it other than someone that worked with them, they were put to death.
Really?
Yeah.
They didn't want anyone else to have the power.
Didn't want to fall out of favor back then.
Yeah, it would be a bad thing. Well,
Definitely.
we have a question in the chat room. This lady, her name is Regina. She has given her birthday as January 8th, and she's just asking for a general reading. So it's January 8th, and her name is Regina.
Okay. Regina is in a sixth personal year right now, and much of what's been going on this year has to do with family for her. And it's very interesting. I'm picking up a son around her, or someone that is as a son around her. Picking up something with a father figure, whether it's issues with the father as she was growing up or issues she's working with the father right now. She has, there may be some digestive issues, and I don't mean every day. It's kind of like it comes and goes. There may be some stress going on when she eats, trying to take care of too many things at one time. She's looking for perfection, and if she's not married, she's been looking for a partner.
And she's just wrote back into the chat room, and she said, you're right about the digestive problems and also looking for a partner. Yep. So, again, you're right on.
Well,
no, she said she's married. Excuse me. She is married right now, but you are right about what you're saying.
She's still looking for a partner. It doesn't mean that it has to be someone else. Her husband and she may not be communicating on the way she would like right now. So I use the phrase, if she puts as much into the marriage right now as she would like have offered to her, she'll be surprised at what she gets back.
Oh, that's a nice one. Good.
Wow, that's some honest truth right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we're so busy not being happy or looking somewhere else that if we look where we are, what could we do to make a difference? All of a sudden, it all becomes better.
Well, it's nice. That's a nice piece of advice.
If you put as much energy into the relationship you're in that you would put into a new relationship, you wouldn't have to have a new relationship.
You know, I so agree with you on this, and I know Helene and I have had this discussion as well. Now, Regina just wrote back. She said they do have a good relationship, so that's good. But, you know, there are a lot of people who are in relationship, and they always think the grass is greener on the other side. And I was a therapist for 20 years and worked with a lot of couples, and the grass is never greener on the other side. I don't care what you think. But you're right. If you put your attention and your love into what you have, then you are going to get something more back that's nurturing and kind, unless you're in a truly dysfunctional situation, and that's not what I'm talking about. But
no, we're talking about the average person.
That's right. But anyway, she did write in and say she's married, and she does have a good relationship, so that's great. And it sounds like what you're saying is that she could even bring it to the next level if she wanted to.
Definitely, she could.
Excellent. Okay, well, I'm thanking you on her behalf since she's in the chat room.
That's great.
Really nice. Well, we have another caller, Deborah in Massachusetts, and I'm going to try to get her on the air.
Okay.
Deborah, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Helene.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you for calling in tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you have a question?
What's your month and day of birth?
My date of birth is 11/16/1960, and I guess I just wanted a little bit of guidance. Just
you have a specific question you want me to look at, honey?
Not specifically. I think just in general, just kind of my focus, what my focus should be. That helps.
Okay. Well, part of what's going on is you've been trying to make everything perfect this year to the point that you're wearing yourself out.
Okay.
And if you would just take a little bit more time for you to, I'll use the phrase veg out just a bit, because you're trying to cover so much territory. Your coming year is going to be about becoming a student and more of a student in so many different ways. You're going to be looking for something new and something you're going to add to what you do that's going to make you feel 110% better. You spent your early years, your first 18, 19 years, feeling pretty much alone. And that time was given to you so you could learn how to be able to handle and do anything. And now you're going to have the opportunity to use that. Think of the next 3 years as a going to school time. It may not be a school per se. It may be something that you've decided you want to learn yourself, or it may be something that you're willing to teach someone else. But you're very determined and you're very headstrong. You like things done just right to the point that you put yourself on a treadmill that doesn't have to be going that fast.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Does that make sense to you, Deborah?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And it's been interesting listening to you just chat tonight, so thank you.
Oh, thank you. Good
Thank
luck
you for calling in, Deborah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Deborah.
Well, I actually know Deborah, and I have to say that was a spot-on reading, so...
Good.
I know she takes all of this information very seriously, and good for her for calling in. That was really nice.
Yes. Yeah. You know, with celebrities, let's get back to that if you don't mind. Are there any others that really have some unusual aspects about their names or their numerological situation that you could share with us?
Well, you know, I take a look at the different people that are as they're going, and if you would just take a look at their first names, we'll just say Angelina Jolie. She has been given a strange rap over the years because that A up front in her name is like a sawhorse on a construction site. It doesn't budge. And if you've taken a look at how she has worked through things over the years and has built herself up to this superstar who has now become a super intelligent and gifted woman who is a woman of the world, not just a celebrity of how she looks or what she does. She's more concerned about people. And she and Brad Pitt have become very much role models that I'd like to see more take a look at. But I would like them to get married, but what the heck? They've got to do it their way. But
yeah, I mean, she's had a very unusual life, and
definitely.
So, you're saying that the A in her name and the way that it sits there right up front makes her much more headstrong?
Much more headstrong, much more of a risk taker, much more. Well, look at the arguments and I shouldn't say arguments, the disagreements she's had with her father. That also deals with the male side of things. The men that she has chosen up until Brad Pitt, the blood that she wore, Billy Bob, whatever his name was, things like that. She was looking for shock value of things. The kiss that she gave her brother when everybody went absolutely ballistic about that.
That was weird.
Yeah, but wearing her husband's blood wasn't exactly what I call normal either.
Right.
But she spent her time for the shock value. When she left that realm and became who she wanted to be and who she knew she could be by assisting others, all these other things have gone by the wayside. You see her helping feed the starving, people that are injured, putting multiple children into a family. Yours, mine, and ours. I think it's she's going to be a force to be reckoned with down the road. We're going to see more from her. It's going to be very,
I hope
very
so, but, she looks so darn skinny. I don't know if she's going to make it. I mean, she's
gonna make it.
bone skinny.
Well, she's just had that surgery, too.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help. And I think because of the problem, I believe there was something else that went on with this. I don't think it was just for that reason. I think there was something else ongoing at the time.
Oh, really? Like what?
Time will tell. Well, because her health itself, she has been, what was it, like a flu or something like that they were talking about first, and this was prior to her having the surgery. But I think her emotional, I think she's just been worn down and worn out. She was doing so many movies, running here, doing all these other things. And major surgery is still major surgery. Whether the breast had to be removed and reconstructed, that's not easy. Most people do it in two different fittings, if you want to call it that, where she had everything done at one time.
Oh, my.
Mm-hmm. So it's things of that nature that make a difference. If you take a look at some of the people that we have, Bill Crosby's another one that has been very much a person that has been there for other people and made the world laugh, and some of his roles were, and yet he went through the heartache of losing his son, and how he's still come out of it and still acts as an activist to make the world a better place to be.
Right. And, well, yeah, and you saw that with Paul Newman also. He lost his son, I believe, to a drug overdose or something like that. Yes, and then with his daughter, had that company that I believe was something that was very humanitarian-based in terms of the way it was giving back.
Yeah, the products that they put together have all gone for a good cause. Nothing was ever returned to the family. It was all done for charity, which was great. And we see so many things that are available that there are more things out there than we are aware of that people are offering and giving and doing. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of money that hang on to it, and there are those that spread it across the waters. Bill Gates, look at how much money he and his wife have given on behalf of the children of the world.
Now, what is his life path number?
I can't remember at this moment. I'll take a look at that and I'll let you know. But he very much is William, again, his real name is William, same as the future king, that William, multiple, extremely intelligent. He knows how to put things through. He's extremely creative, and he knows how to keep the right people around him. That's where he got to be where he is. You'll see the same thing happen with the future king. When William as he moves along, he will keep the right people around him so that he will always go forward and upward.
And there's a real trick to that. I mean, if you surround yourself with the wrong people, it can really make a negative difference in the impact that you...
Like Justin Bieber right now?
Yes. What's up with him?
Ego.
Uh-huh.
Can't figure out where he fits. And I think he wants to be one of the guys. I think his height has something to do with it. He wants to be a big man, and he hasn't grown into his actual maturity yet. And so we're seeing that he's slight of build, so he's trying to be more macho because the people he hangs with are more that.
Well, and you see that a lot, I think, with younger celebrities where they can really get into some big trouble, and to the rest of us living average lives, it just looks ridiculous because here they have the world at their feet, and yet some of the choices that they're making seem so detrimental. And
definitely.
Lindsay Lohan is a good example of that, and so many again young stars who have tremendous talent, but end up taking some risks that are not too smart, in my opinion. But I understand. I mean, I haven't walked in any of their shoes, but at the same time, they have their challenges as well, which I'm sure you can see in their names and their astrological charts.
Most definitely. In fact, I don't have it around me right now, but I had done some things on Lindsay Lohan before, and it's very sad because she could be a superstar, but she's going to end up being a superstar from the standpoint of look at the stupid things that she did.
Oh, what a shame.
That side.
It is a shame.
Which is sad. Well, look at her mother and dad. Aren't they great role models?
Ugh. Well, and you always hope that, the children are going to make better choices. And, again, I do see what you're talking about with her. She had, I loved her work in the Haley Mills remake of The Parent Trap. And, you could see this incredible star quality with her. She was so watchable and so enjoyable on the screen. But then, of course, things went downhill fast and continue to.
Well, if you take a look at when Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, they were together from the Mouseketeers. They became a couple together. She spiraled into all these crazy things, and he has spiraled into the positive side. Same kind of background, the same things, but what makes one, we have to go back, take a look at the names, take a look at the dates, and see where they started to make changes. So those are some of the things that I look at different times. Unfortunately, my brain isn't good enough to remember everything, and I'll think of different things. I'm not on it.
Well, I'd like to tell the audience right now that they can find you at patriciakirkman.com, and your information is up on our site, supernaturalgirls.com, where I hope everybody will go and sign up for the free newsletter that comes out every week. And we feature all our guests, like Patricia, and also other metaphysical information there. And Patricia Baker does such a beautiful job with that.
Thank you.
Right now, I'd like to change the topic a little bit, because you mentioned a little earlier that you wrote a book. And could you say the name of the book again?
It's a Complete Idiot's Guide to Numerology workbook.
Now, is this part of the Idiot's Guide series that you wrote?
Well, I guess it's part of their series. I worked on the book with a woman named Catherine Gleason. She wrote for me. We put it together, and it was something I hadn't planned on doing. I was asked to do it, and I go, Then I was asked to do it again, and she and I put it together, and I've been tickled to death that we did. It's been a lot of fun to do it. There's someone else that has a numerology book out in the Idiot series, but mine is the workbook, because that one you can take and do all your own stuff. I lay it out so you can learn how to make it happen for you.
Now, that's the interesting part that I think our audience would like to hear about, because we're all interested in numerology. I mean, mathematics is the basis of the entire universe. And so I think we want to encourage people to just get the workbook and try it out, because it's amazing what comes to you when you start practicing with this kind of exercise, right, Patricia?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
This is a great idea, Helene, to encourage people to do that, because then not only can they have a private session with Patricia Kirkman, but they can also work on this themselves with their entire family. They can take a look at all their family members with this workbook.
Definitely, and that's what's fun about it, because I give classes periodically. Some of them I give by Skype, some of them I give just here in my office. But it's fun to watch people look at it and go, oh, my gosh, I can do that. And they can understand it, because everything is very simplistic. I don't go into – I prefer to deal with the numbers 1 through 9. Yes, we'll look at the other numbers as well. But everything we really do is 1 through 9.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just going to ask you, what about business names? Do business names also have their own vibration like our birth names
definitely. Do? I do. In fact, I've done that for companies. I've helped to put a name together. I've helped name babies before they get here, with taking what the last name is. And then we're edging because of what date the baby's born to make sure that we get the most that we can for that child. And I've worked with people before they hire people as well, because they want to make sure they're a good fit for the company or for their group, because if you have one person that comes in and doesn't work so well with the rest, then you've got a problem. You've hired them, and what do? It's hard to fire somebody once you've hired them.
That's
so
true.
This way you can take a look and see how well are they going to fit, or where should I place them to get the most out of it. And those are things that people forget about. It's just as important to know who you're going to bring in and have to spend your time with, as it is to look for a marriage partner or a business partner, which we look at those as well.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Now, with a business name, if somebody comes to you and says the business name is whatever it is, then do you also recommend sometimes change in the spelling to give a different?
I have. I've done that, or I've asked them to add something to it to enhance the overall balance of the name, or remove something so that we'll just say, for instance, 4 is a very difficult number to work with, but it's very basic. It's a good foundation, and we're working hard, but it's a hard-working number, and it always needs a lot of extra work. So I try to make sure that depending on the person's name as well, that if there's a 4 in it, that we kind of work around it to give it that extra boost.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it much easier. I take a look at house numbers for people before they buy a house, because to see how does it fit with them. We do such silly things to some people's taste, but license plate numbers tell me, when I look at it, sometimes I can tell you what type of a person is dealing with that car.
Oh my goodness, really?
I was at a party
license plate numbers are so random when they come in the mail, or when you pick them up at the registry.
But if you take a look at how it fits you or the car, it's interesting to see. There are times when someone I was dealing with, they said, well, what about I can write checks out, and they've got numbers on it. And I said, yes, and that check will tell me basically somewhat of what that check is for. You can't do that. And I said, yes, but you can. And so he gave me a number, and I said, that has to do with an investment for the future. And he looked at me, he said, that is totally wrong. I didn't ask him anything about the check, he just gave me the number. He said, that is not wrong. That check was written for my son's going to school. I said, oh, okay.
Too funny.
If you take a look at your check numbers or things that you've done and just total it up, sometimes if it totals a 3, you'll take a look at it and know that it was either for something for fun or for play or et cetera like that, and just kind of play with it a little bit. And you'll be surprised.
Great.
So has
the
anybody
numbers are always talking.
Yeah, they are. And has anyone ever taken their license plate back to the registry and said, my numerologist told me this isn't right for me?
Not that I'm aware of, but I have had to laugh at someone when they got the vanity plates, and they said, well, see, now I don't have to worry about any numbers. This is perfect. And I said, now total it up, and what does it come to? And he said, it's a 5. And I said, great, and it's a red car, and you're going to drive too fast, and you're going to get a ticket. Oh, really? Oh, sure. I got a call 20 minutes later. He said, I just thought I'd make your day. I'm sitting on a corner down here about a mile from your house. I just got a ticket.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. And the car was red?
Yes, and that attracts. That's usually the quick attraction for tickets too.
Oh, gotta stay away from those red cars, Helene.
Yeah, I know all about the red car. My oldest son had one. Please.
Oh, okay.
I had one too.
We have another caller on the line right now, and we're going to welcome. I think it's Rena, but I will ask her about the pronunciation. She's in Colorado, and we welcome you live on the air. How do you pronounce your name, dear?
Renee.
Renee. Okay. I'm sorry.
How are you? No problem. I'm fine,
What's your
thank you.
birthday, Donna?
Okay, it's 4:30. And I guess my question is, I've been working on a book, and I've self-published it. I think the title, I need to change that, but I just don't know if I should move forward with it or what to do with it. People like it, but...
Well, when did you start working on your book, dear?
20 years ago. It's been a work in progress, but I finally pulled everything out of rough draft and edited and...
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
And the part that I was just taking a look at here is that you are in a 4 personal year right now, so it's all about the details of things. You may find that it will take, maybe another 4 or 5 months for you to get everything rolling the way you want it to.
Okay.
But you have all of your life have had this opportunity and this gift, shall we say, to get out what you felt inside. And every time you tried to push yourself forward, you got scared and you started backing up again.
Yeah, that's right.
True?
Yes, exactly.
So the good thing is this year for you is all about the details. And right now, of course, being in the retrograde, that doesn't help you one little bit. But something's going to happen. There's an opportunity for something to take place as early as August, and major changes will start to take place after October. So don't be afraid to put it out there. And send it info on it to people that are able to give you some help.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much.
May I ask the topic?
It's spiritual poetry.
Okay.
And I've got like 69 pages, and people really love it. They actually cry when they read it and things. They are touched, they're moved. So.
Well, now I know why I'm picking up the months that I am, because your creative side is going to be rejuvenated upped in August. Come October, we're going into the 7th spiritual, personal, universal year. You're going into a 5 personal year, which is all about making changes. The 5 personal year for you and the 7 universal will put you in a 3 year, which is about creativity, communication, and getting it out there.
Okay.
So you let me know how well it's going. That's what I'm getting.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, my gosh, I love you guys. Okay, good night.
Thank you for the call, Renee. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Renee.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got a lot of energy coming through that poetry.
And especially with all this creativity around her that's coming up next month. She really finished up most of this last year, but she's been putzing with it this year and rearranging it to the point that I think she just needed to stop.
Sometimes we do have to stop and take a breath, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, we have another caller, and we will welcome Shannon in Wisconsin. Shannon, you're live on the air. Hi.
Hi there. Shannon. What's your birthday, dear?
It's 9/11/65.
Okay. And you're looking to make some money this year, huh?
Yes.
You always do 2 things at one time. You never do just one, do you?
No, and I'm like a jack of all trades, so what am I supposed to be doing?
You will always be a jack of all trades. You have all that energy pent up. You're just kind of bouncing all over the place, and which is good. That's not bad. This month there's been some issue or some changes taking place, and of course, like I said, the retrograde isn't helping at all. But is there a family issue going on right now around you?
Not really. No, not too bad.
Not too bad, which says yes, but not what. Okay, it's okay. Because I'm picking up that has kind of delayed some of the things you want to do.
Well, yeah, my mother-in-law, I'm going to have to take care of her pretty soon, but not yet. Next week, actually.
Well, it falls into the same realm, honey. The most important thing is you need to stay calm and cool. Issues with females is not on the top of your list as life is great. And this goes back to mother, too, not just your mother-in-law. So you need to give yourself a break. Make arrangements. You should be taking some type of a trip, particularly after, say, the latter part of this year.
Okay.
Or first part of next year. Make plans to get away because I think you need it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But as for like career-wise, do you see anything specifically?
Right now, you've had some chances to put some neat things together this year. But every time you get just about ready to go forward, you change your mind.
Yes.
So you're going to have to nail your shoes to the floor, then put them on, so that you can really do what you need to do. You're your own worst enemy. Does that make sense?
I know. Yes.
And you have so much to offer, and it's like pouring it down the drain.
Okay.
Okay? Be
all right. Well,
specific
thank you so
with
much.
what you want, and go for it. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Good luck,
Thank
dear.
you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for the call, Shannon.
Yes.
Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, and I love what you said. Nail your shoes to the floor, because it's true when somebody has that kind of incredible amount of energy, it, you know, that it just has to, they get to make their decision and go for it. You gave her great advice.
Thank you.
How many of us do that?
Oh,
I think there's a large percentage of people who put out almost too much energy into varying projects or different directions, and they're not really putting most of their energy where they should, right?
Well, sometimes it's hard because they don't want to see it, because if they see it, that means they're going to really have to do something about it. And I think we take shortcuts at times that are, I won't say the best of times, but we can get ourselves into a mess with how we look at things.
Well, let's welcome Rebecca in Virginia here.
Okay.
Rebecca, you're live on the air.
Hi, Helene and Patricia. This is Becky. You know me.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
How are you?
Good, hon. Got my hubby's cell phone, so I was able to give a quick call.
Oh, great. What's your question
so nice to
for
hear
Patricia?
You. I know. I'm so happy to hear you again.
What's your birthday, Becky?
It's 5/8.
Okay. And what's your question, dear?
Okay. I've been getting some fantastic pictures of cross orbs and like angels, and I've been feeling energy all around me. I wanted to know how this is going to keep on progressing in the other realm, and I'm one that loves prayer too. I pray all the time.
Well, you're in a 1 year right now, and you've been making some major changes in how you look at things.
Yes.
You're looking for them to be, I want to use the phrase, what came to me, the phase is bigger than life. You're looking at things in a way that you've not looked at them ever before, and it's giving you opportunity to really go forward and start something new. You're going to go into some type of a partnership in the next few months.
Yes.
It's going to be kind of a slow start, but once it takes off, you're going to be in great shape.
You hear that, Helene and Patricia?
Yes.
We know Rebecca. That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing.
That's terrific.
Yes, it is. Oh, she is so good.
Now, what is the significance of the 1 year, Patricia? Can you give us a little more information on that?
Sure. The 1 year is all about new beginnings. It's who we want to be. It's the 1 year we could actually be selfish, because it's all about us. It's about getting ourselves out there. We can tell everybody how great we are, toot our own horn, and let people know, hey, we're here for the long haul. And it just comes to us if we take it forward. And that's the nice part about it, because it's all about new beginnings, a new life. It's like spring. It begins again.
And
that's
so for
wonderful.
For this whole year for Becky, then it sounds like anything new that she starts is going to be blessed.
Very definitely. She has until the end of September to get her ducks in a row.
Wow, thank you.
When we take a look at, and that's why I said after that she's going to be looking to do something a little bit different, because there's some type of a partnership coming up for her, and sometime between, I keep getting October, November, and what is it you do with your hands, Becky?
I do a lot of praying and healing through my hands.
Okay.
And
because I'm feeling a lot of energy, a lot of heat coming from my hands. That's why I asked.
Yes, yes. I've done that for many years, and I've even when I've shake a person's hand, sometimes that heat can come in just like seconds.
Right.
Mhm. That's why I love giving hugs.
Yeah, and that's understandable because, and also in a 1 year, you're the leader. You're like you're the baton twirler. You let everybody know how great it is, and you march. They'll follow you. Try to push them, and they'll rebel. But you go forward, and they'll follow.
Wow. Is that why I'm also getting these wonderful, wonderful pictures? The camera. I'm using the camera now, and it seems like they're multiplying. I mean, I got some beautiful pictures like of angel orbs and cross orbs, which I've never seen orbs with cross.
That's going to be part of a booklet or a book that you're putting together, isn't it?
Yes, yes, that's within my book.
Because that's what I'm picking up. And it's going to be year and a half, 2 years. Put all this together, you should be able to get it out there where it will be received quite well.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, and the Lord bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Becky.
Thank you for calling. Thanks,
okay.
Becky.
Bye, hon.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was some kind of amazing reading, huh?
Yes. And Becky's photographs are amazing, too. I've seen them, as you have, Helene. And Patricia, her photographs I've never seen anything like them. They're consistent. And these little energy beings just seem to love showing themselves to her. So I think her book will be well received.
That's great.
It is. It's so exciting. Oh, my goodness. Well, the 1 year sounds like a fun year for anybody who has a 1 year.
Well,
yes?
it gives one the chance to make a brand new beginning, because our 9 year, which is just prior to that, is very difficult to go through because we're cleansing, ending, and letting go of. And with the 1 year, we get a chance to, as I say, it's like a rebirth. And we've got 9 years to put everything back into place again so that we can, it's like stepping stones. Each step forward gives us that much more. And we've got, anything's given to us as an opportunity. What we do with it is our choice. But when we get such beautiful gifts, and especially right now when we're going into our 7 year as of October, that spiritual side is going to get extremely strong. There's going to be so many different things brought to the forefront that we haven't thought of yet. Not just the secrets of we'll say the Dumb and Dumber in Washington, but we're going to get the spiritual side from those that are caring and sharing on the other side.
Well, that's most welcome, that's for sure. Well, I have another question for you. Regina has asked another question, but I'm going to have to scroll back in her communication to pick up her birth date again, which is January 8th. And she said she should have asked a more specific question, which is about her work, because she's been looking for steady employment for a while now, and she does, it looks like, contract work with retail stores and through HR, but she wants to know if you see something steady coming for her.
Well, that's the hard part right now, because what she considers steady these days is not normal. Okay? Everything is being, I keep getting 36 hours or no longer the 40-hour weeks. It's the 36 hours or less, so that other fees don't have to be paid to the employees.
Right. Everybody's cutting back.
That's right, and that's one of the issues that's going to create an issue for her. Now, she's going into the 7 year, and she needs to be very patient. If she gets to be impatient and pushes, she will lose what she has. If she accepts what's given with good faith, it will multiply as the year progresses. So she has to remain very patient in what she's doing. Look at the whole picture. Don't assume because she doesn't see one thing at this moment that it means nothing's going to happen, because that's not the case. She has to be patient, and she does not. And she has a good background for that. She knows how to be patient and take care of things. It's just that for her, she has looked for this perfect fit all year long, and it has not taken place yet. But she has opportunity for something to be given to her in August. If she pays attention to it, she should be able to take it and make it multiply into something more.
Oh, that's great, and that's an excellent answer. And she just wrote back in and said, I go in every 2 months for work. So you're saying in August, if she's patient, something else may materialize. So then she needs to be patient for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely. Because it's a month of major changes for her and opportunity. It will be a review of last year's things. For everyone, August is always a review of the year before. We get a chance to look at what we've done, how we've done it, what needs to be fixed. Should we rearrange it? Do we need to tidy it up? Or do we need to let it go and, oh, my God, I didn't do it right? So we get an opportunity to review it. And we will be out of the retrograde, which makes it a heck of a lot easier.
Oh, my God, I can't wait till that's done.
Well, we've coming close to the close of another great show, and we're sorry for any callers who are left on the line, because we do have to concede to Blog Talk's parameters. But this has been fantastic. You're an amazing reader, Patricia. And people can find you at Patricia Kirkman, KIRKMAN.com, and look over your website. And you do offer classes on Skype and also in person in the Tucson area. And I've just been amazed. You've done an amazing job at picking up on people and numerology in connection with their lives.
Ladies, I have enjoyed it immensely. It's great spending time with both of you.
Thank you. And I loved hearing about the future king and queen of England, and we're going to have to wait and see if Kate gives birth to a boy. I hope she does. This is going to be exciting
better.
to watch.
I said it.
Yes, you heard it here first, everybody.
Thank you so much, Patricia. We thoroughly enjoyed the entire show with you.
Oh, thank you. It was fun. It really was.
Please promise us that you'll come back, because I know everybody's going to want to talk to you again.
Anytime you want me, you just call. I'll be back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you.
Take care, hon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
What a wonderful show, huh, Patricia Baker?
I love these kind of shows that we do, because it does offer people some guidance, and certainly Patricia Kirkman is just a star herself, and the abilities that she has to put people on the right track, and also with timing, to let people know the cycles that they're experiencing, and like Becky, what she can look forward to, and that 1 year is that it's a time to be selfish and to really put yourself first and get your ducks in a row, and all of those things that she told Becky about, and all of our callers tonight. It is just so insightful and wonderful to hear.
It really is. And I want to encourage people again to sign up at our website, supernaturalgirls.com, and that automatically puts you in the running for the giveaways that we'll be having in the near future. And Patricia Baker, again, the job you do with the newsletter is amazing, and there's very pertinent and current information in there. Yeah.
And it's great. It's great fun to do, and I try to put useful pieces of information in every week. And also, I want to encourage people to go to your website, angelslighthouse.com, where you have incredibly beautiful jewelry, and it's not just jewelry; it's magic. So everybody should go take a look at those beautiful bracelets and necklaces and know there's a lot of power behind them. So if you're going to invest in a piece of jewelry, that's the place to go, angelslighthouse.com.
Thank you, Patricia. It's been a wonderful evening
Helene.
Again. And it's been wonderful because of all of our listeners and callers tonight.
Yes, thank you all for listening and for calling in. And next week we have another fantastic show for you, so be sure to tune in. And we'll be happy to take your calls or your questions from the chat room. And again, go to supernaturalgirls.com and subscribe to our newsletter.
Well, good night, Patricia.
Well, good night, Helene. Good night, everybody in our audience. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Until next week.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for another radio adventure with